Welcome everybody back to the wrap up of the Twitch streaming of Galactic Science from myself, Raetac, the Space Explorer, of course. Now, what you are seeing here is myself decked out fully in. Actually, I don't know entirely what the armor that I've actually got wearing. It's from the mod that you see, super massive tech. It's right, gravity helmet, leggy chest plate, and boots and all that sort of nice stuff. These things have some pretty nice things you can do with them. Basically, it requires power to run, of course. Press shift and what? Okay, so basically these things have gravity resist. Basically, it nullifies the gravity of things that are affecting you, namely, say, the planet you're walking on, or anything else that has gravitational effects with it. They're very, very good pieces of equipment. Now, to get these, you need what's called a Heart of a Star. Now, the quest book is pretty specific about this. Let me see, if we go to Stars Align, I believe it's in here. It's this, getting the Heart of the Star. The Heart of the Star actually requires, now let's go back to NEI. It requires, of course, a nether star. There is a good way to actually get another star. The best way to get another star is not kill the wither, but build one of these big. It's called a fusion chamber from Minecamp. The fusion chamber takes the elements and fuses them together, giving you another element. These elements go together to combine to eventually get to copernicium. I hope that's pronounced correctly. Just a little side note for anybody actually playing Galactic Science, or even anybody playing with Minecamp right about now. The radioactive elements, they don't seem to decay while they're sitting in a synthesis machine, which is kind of unusual, very, very strange. So, but it seems to work. Do I have enough of the items here to possibly make this? Does not look like it. I need some hydrogen, some carbon. Let me see. Oh, hydrogen. I think I can get from down here. Take a couple of stacks. Right, we'll just put that hydrogen in there. That will fill the hydrogen component. Oxygen I don't need. Helium I am actually running a little bit low on. So what I'm going to do is take some hydrogen. We'll go to the fusion reactor, or the fusion chamber I should say. We'll put one lot of hydrogen in here. Atomic mass of 1. And another one in here. And they will fuse together to make helium. Very stable reaction. So that helium goes in there. Oh, I need a few more of those actually. Just a few more. So we'll just put those in there, and while that's at it, we'll go grab some carbon. The gravity resist function of the armor is very, very touchy. Think of, say, the most top tier from any other mod pack, and you've pretty much got it in one. So we've got the copper, the hydrogen, the we've got the copernicium, and it doesn't seem to work. I wonder why. Maybe we need to have copernicium of the same. Hang on. It's not working because we don't have that extra stack of helium. Here we go. Boom. One nether star. Easy peasy. Just requires a lot of resources. Now, the Heart of the Star. how do we use this thing? How do we get from the heart of the star to making the armor? Now the armor itself is, just let me click on here, the heart of the star. Yep. We'll go to the gravity armor first. Gravity armor here requires these things: depleted nether stars. How does one deplete another star? One actually gets this by creating stars with the heart of the star. Now these things, how do we convert? Well, basically make stars. And come, I will show you. I just need to make a stop and get. Well, we've got enough iron. I need some flint. Specifically, a good proportion of flint. I don't have a lot there, but I think I should be able to go grab some. Oh, that's magnesium oxide. That's not going to do me any good. Oxide is what I'm after. Into the synthesizer here. I'll just pop this journal out, because it's not going to let me do what I wanted to do. 4, 4, and 4. There we go. I'm going to need a lot of flint, as much flint as I can get my hands on, because the act of making stars, part of the star, you place it in the world wherever you'd like to place it, and you surround it with fire. Now, getting fire on the moon or any other planet for a matter is not easy, but I have set up a little area over here with a oxygen bubble generator or distributor. Set up a blast radius of obsidian, stacked a lot of nether rack on top of that, and this is where I tend to break a good many flint and steels. That was probably very inappropriate to shift right click that one, but we'll do. So now we just go through and light all this up as much as I possibly can. It does take a little while, but I'll probably burn through a couple flint and steels while I'm at it. This is the radius of. It shouldn't actually take that long. And welcome to the studio audience to come along. One of my Twitch viewers, just remember you can actually win on twitch.tv/Raetac. What is it? Yeah, Herobrine, or a person who likes to call himself Herobrine, has decided to join us. So lighting. Whoop. I'd rather not set myself on fire. The problem with gravity resist with the particular armor and being on the moon, it's really touchy. I would hate to try this on Pluto. I would probably launch myself into orbit from Pluto. I could actually go to space without a rocket. I don't know if such a thing is even possible with galactic science. But I think we're just about getting there. Yep, very close. Whoop. Down. There's a lot of. To create a star, you take the heart of a star and you set it on fire. Any fire that is present near the heart of the star, when it's in its formation stages, the heart of the star will absorb, giving you a higher tier. And I think that's about all that's gonna happen there. So I'm gonna take one of these hearts of star, try and very gingerly hover about the middle, and we're gonna throw this boy in. And there the magic does happen. does take a little while. I'm not entirely, actually, I'm not entirely sure what the radius of the particular absorption for the heart of the star is. I try and get it roughly in the middle. From where I threw the heart of the star, it looks like it's in the middle, but the animation looks a little bit off. It does look a little bit off. Wait for it. Yes, the heart of the star will actually do something once it's finished absorbing all of the fire. Hence the reason for the obsidian layer. I'd like to keep my bubble generators. Oh, it must be getting close. Just about all there. And there we go. One explosion. Let's see if we can't find. Did I pick? Oh, yep. There's the depleted nether star. That's the prime ingredient to the armor. So now, what kind of star did I get? A white dwarf. Not bad. Not bad at all. Outputs 50 million RF at 160 RF per tick. It's a bit of a random chance of what kind of stars you do get, but that's not necessarily a bad one. And you can use these things to power whatever you feel you deem worthy to be powered. Well, basically, a way to do power generation. The other way is my way, was using trees, of course, and also output full. Oh, interesting. Oh dear. Power generation is not capable of absorbing the amount of material that this particular Ender IO farming station's creating with the spruce trees. The spruce trees are flooding me with wood, which is a problem. I should set. I'll find some. Actually, there is some. I could probably do something about that. Some sort of, say, comparator on pointing towards this chest, because this sending a redstone signal, perhaps. Such a thing up. Considering where the chest is, and I probably could pop some spots out there, and have the farming station controlled by this the level of stock in this chest. We could definitely do that. But yes, that is where I'm up to pretty much most of yesterday, spending time figuring out how these things work. Now, so I've got the depleted nether star. I can just put this in a chest. Another thing that was mentioned during the live streams that I should try and enchant the armor. The armor is not, you cannot enchant it. I've tried with Ender IO and also like a regular enchanting table, but you are unable to enchant this particular armor, sadly, but it is quite effective. Now, I suppose we can do something while we're here, while we're doing this little event of ours. Let's have a look in the quest book and see where I'm actually up to. More power. I could go and complete the rest of this, but I'm really, at the moment, I'm at the point where I have almost too much resources. Sadly, it's sad to say. I've got a few other extra stars when I run out of juice in these stars. I don't know exactly what would happen to a star that, well basically, what would happen once these stars actually run out of power? I know they explode, but could you salvage, say, the depleted nether star, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure. I've never actually really tried it. But at the moment, I'm doing to bleed off a lot of energy by running my Enderman spawner. Let's see how we're doing on pearls. Not too bad. Though, I think, oh no, we're doing okay on nutrient. So the Killer Joe can keep doing his little job. So we could do power, which I'm not really inclined to do. I could do a little bit more in the Stargates. Well, and to give the first step of the quest line, you need 64 Naquadar, which is not easy. Now, I do have 20 pieces of Venus crystal from my Ender quarry that's currently running on Venus. I'm currently digging up most of everything. Actually, one thing to mention with my Ender quarry, I am actually voiding off a lot of the cobblestone, because Venus cobblestone is not really productive in sifting. You could sift, say, like Martian cobblestone from Mars, and you have the potential to get some dash. Venus cobblestone is pretty pointless in trying to sift. You tend to get products that you don't really want. You could combine, or could leave the Venusian and Ender Quarry to run for a little bit, and we could change it to Pluto for a little while, because I'm damn sure that one's actually pretty full. It definitely has something there. There we go. It is definitely very full. Now, I don't know for sure, but I think everything can be used from Pluto. Pretty damn sure of it. But anyway, let's take our Venus crystal. We'll go nab some blocks of coal from my Synergas producer. I think I'm going to need a few more of those. I'm not too keen on taking like many stacks from that. Right, so I'm going to take the coal here, and we're just going to make some some blocks up a la natural. And hello to the rest of the studio audience coming along. Thank you for joining me for this live recording for this episode. Right, so we take our Venus crystal, we take our blocks of coal, and this will give us Naquadar. I am going to need a severe amount more of coal. Actually, for this, I think I will just offload just some rubbish, really. If I was going to offload rubbish, I should actually have a rubbish bin, but alas, I do not have one. I've also, since the last time that we were here, I've actually upgraded my lava production area from the extra utility pipes to Ender IO pipes. So much better, so much cleaner, so much more versatile. I can pipe things where I want to, and I've added in an extra row of crucibles to step up my lava production. At the moment, that has worked overdrive, and I'm currently swamped with silicon dioxide. So I'm currently at excess of everything. I have way too many resources. I wanted to have a look at the nuclear craft side of things, because you get the resources for that. sort of power generation, but I'm not really sure if it's even comparable to the amount of power even like through a half upgraded gas turbine generator here. I can produce up to nearly 14,000 RF per tick just with this one turbine, and I believe with the amount of wood that I'm getting from my farm, I could actually double. I'm quite confident that I could, at least for that sort of production. But at the moment, I am probably voiding off so much coal, so much hydrogen, so much oxygen as well. But here we go. It has kind of recovered somewhat, and we'll take another. No, that'll do. That'll do. Don't care. That'll do. And that's the problem. The armor itself has got. So let's go to the controls. Options, controls. Let's go down to. It's not Galactic Craft. Where are you? Here, tool switcher. I'm actually going to key this in to not be used. Tool switcher on, tool switcher off. Tool switcher's handy, but it's annoying. How do I make my Cinegas? Is the on the studio? Well, I take my raw carbon from breaking it down from the cellulose. That's getting piped directly into chemical synthesizers. Now you have to have a chemist journal. You cannot actually physically place 72 pieces of carbon in one spot just by the sheer nature of Minecraft. You need to take the journal itself. What I'll do, I'll just place that in there. I'll take this journal out. It's basically, if the journal knows how to make a block of coal, have that selected in the journal. Actually get the journal to said book is to scan a block of coal inside a microscope. Okay, there we go. So once the block of coal has been produced there, it gets piped into the Cinegas production multi-block, I suppose you could call it. I could actually steal some of these. I'm also getting some of the straight coal that I've been getting from sifting straight into this process as well. Alright, good, excellent. Studio audience has learned something today, and I hope everybody watching the video later on has learned something too today. Right, so more coal, more of the Venus crystal. I have to make 64 of these. You thought actually making the tier 1 rocket was a grind. Getting 64 Venus crystals? That could be just as bad. In fact, I think what I'll do for the rest of the time we have today, I'll grab some oxygen tanks and we'll go for a little bit of an exploration. Let's go for some digging, shall we? Right. Let's stick that in there for the time being. I think that should be enough oxygen for the meantime. Now, if you have enough power generation, I would very strongly suggest you look into the RF Tools matter transmitter. It can transmit you to and from planets. So once you get there, you can pretty much just pop back and forth if you've got the power. Although I think I really do need to actually look into What am I trying to think of? I really need to look into actually like doubling up my power generation, because there are other planets to visit in the one of the later patches. I don't know if it's hit the FTB launcher yet, but if you go to the Mine Your Mind link in the description, you can get the launcher from them, and you can get the updated galactic science. So I'll go from Moonbase to Venus. Dia once. Beam me up. And here we are on Venus. And it's daytime, thankfully. Now, this is actually a little... Oh, there we go. Let's say hello to the Venusman. Say, how are you enjoying all of your grass? Because that's what ender quarries do. Just made. I was asked if I've just made that test. Shows that it takes 123,000 RF from the Moon to Mars. That's pretty much about standard, I dare say. I'm pretty sure. The gravity resist is working reasonably well on Venus. Not nearly as much as it would be on the Moon, but I am capable of some flight. I would love to have some more sideways movement, you know. But I think I'm going to a waypoint here, just so I might be able to find my way back once we find maybe a cave or two. Now I thought these caves here were actual Venus dungeons, but I think I might have been mistaken with that. So let's go have a look. Now the Venus, makes you wonder. I never knew you could do that. The Dark Iron Pig behaves just like Tinkle's Construct pigs. Whoa. Okay. Like the gravity on Venus, I think I may need a bit of a boost or a jump to actually ascend. A full suit of gravity armor is not able to nullify Venus completely, so you can't like really take off from here. It's a shame there isn't. Oh, what is that? Is that coal? Darn. Let's go for a bit of a dig, shall we? Now there is a dead ahead. If you are so inclined, you could quite happily basically siphon off all of the lava from Venus to do power generation. Such a thing is possible. Oh, take that one there. Now I think I should be breaking through to a room, perhaps? Yep. To another area, I think. Huh? No. Okay, more coal ore. This is probably the reason why I set up an ender quarry farm on Venus to the crystals, because to do this by hand is rather laborious. Unless I got really lucky and actually found a ravine of some description. Well, there's some caves down there. It's a shame that we can't actually trade with the villagers. There's not actually much to trade with, unfortunately. But it seems as though the best thing to do to get the Venus crystal is to just chunk mine your way through it. There doesn't seem to be much other recourse, unfortunately. Unless you really got really lucky. And actually, funny thing to mention. No, actually, I was about to say that I got my spruce sapling from Venus, but that is actually not the truth. I wonder, I'm just idly curious, the fallen meteors on Venus are exactly the same as everywhere else. Exactly the same. Now, in the latest patch in Galactic Science, if you're aware, they've actually added in more planets. We can go to more places. That it is good to see. However, what use it will be, I am not entirely sure. Whether you'll be able to get better items, better equipment, not entirely sure. I wonder if there's such a way to speed up a ender quarry. I think there is, although off the top of my head I'm not really sure. But they do like to have their grass and their flowers now. Oh, you can actually, it's mining. It's definitely got enough power. It's all full. However, so we got a lot of things we can basically sift out, sort out once we get back to the moon. But there is no other dungeons to explore, unfortunately. Enough power, excellent. Let's dial home again. Starting teleportation. At least we'll get to back to a place where we have oxygen bubbles, so I don't have to worry so much about oxygen. Yes, that's completely full. So we'll just swap back to the Venus chest, and we'll start trying to basically try and get some more Venus crystal, but it just may be just a matter of time, unfortunately. And speaking of time, I think I better let the good YouTube people go. Thank you all for joining me. Just remember, I do live stream Minecraft on Twitch on Fridays and Saturdays on twitch.tv/Raetac. The link's down in the description. If you want to come and join me, I do stream for about 8 hours per day on those 2 days, so you should be able to catch me. Time conversions, I think it's about evening for most people in the European areas, probably about mid-morning for everybody in the US. So if you're available, if you're around, do come by. Stop by, have a chat, say hello, and who knows, I might even try some other mod packs. I might even try Be Happy again. Although, last weekend, Be Happy did not make me very be happy. Alright folks, well I've been Raetac, I'll see you all next time.